Okay, so it's that time of year where we need to make hot cross buns. We're gonna have them start making them today for Friday. We can go through quite a few. All I need is 4 cups of cake flour, 1.5 cups of milk, about 50 grams of butter, half a cup of castor sugar, 1 egg that's just been beaten a little bit, some honey or syrup or apricot jam that's been melted down for glazing afterwards, the zest of 1 orange or lemon if you haven't got orange, 1 apple that we're going to grate later. I've got 2 figs in the fridge, that's optional to put in. I'm going to chop that up nice and small, and about half a cup of sultanas. And what makes it hot cross buns is the cinnamon and some mixed spice. 1.5 cups of milk and about 50 grams of butter. Just warm it up on the heat. Okay, then we've got our mixer over here. I'm going to start adding our dry ingredients. If you've got a lovely machine like this, then it's unnecessary to do by hand. But likewise as well, if you do it by hand, that's fine. You just got to knead it for 5 to 6 minutes. For me, with my small hands, I prefer to just use a machine. Okay, the sugar's going to go in. I'm going to open a dry yeast. The dry yeast pack. Dry yeast pack is usually 10 grams, but I'm only going to use about 7 grams of it. That's enough. Okay, a pinch of salt. Okay, and then I put my spices in the beginning. A liberal splashing of cinnamon, lots of nice mixed spice. Okay, that's enough. Okay, all those dry ingredients are in. Alright, so I've taken the milk and the butter off the heat. It's very important to give it 5 minutes to come to temperature. You've got to be able to put your finger in and leave it in and just be warm. If it's too hot, you're going to kill the yeast. Okay, so that's going to go in. Remember, 50 grams of butter and 1.5 cups of milk. 1 egg that we've just beaten up nicely. And it goes. You can't do this on a quick speed. Just let the machine do your work for you. I would say 5 minutes. Until it all starts coming together. The dough should become really elastic. It's now getting really elastic, and this is what you want. I've increased the speed a little bit just to work it a little bit more, but at the same time don't overwork it. So I'm going to turn it off now. We'll lift it up. Just fill the dough. Yeah, it's become nice and pliable. I'm just taking a spoon, put in some vegetable oil. You can use olive oil. It's really not necessary. I would just use a normal vegetable oil. Just coat the bowl a little. We're going to take our nice dough out. Nice and soft and pliable. I'm going to put it in like that. Then what I do, I turn it around. Get in like that. Take some tin foil. Not tin foil, sorry. Plastic wrap. Oh gosh. I just put a little bit of oil on, just in case when the dough is proving, if it comes up and touches the cling film, it's not going to stick when you remove it. You're not going to lose any of your dough. Okay, so at that stage, I'm going to put it on the stove top and leave it for an hour. Alright, so 1 hour later, the dough's really risen nicely. It is quite cold today, so it took a little bit longer. But as you'll see, as we take this off, the oiled cling film, nothing should stick to the cling film whatsoever. If we never greased the cling film, it would have stuck on and we would have had to pull it off and you would have lost a bit of dough. Okay, you can either knock this back by hand or you can put it back in the machine. And just for the easiness of it, we're going to put it in the machine. Going to turn it back in the dough goes. Then over here, I have my apple, my figs, my lemon and orange zest, some sultanas or raisins. The apple I've diced up. You can put it all through the grater. Really doesn't matter. It's going to cook away. Okay, I'm going to put this down. Just knock it back slowly. Just for 30 seconds. Then I'm going to lift it up and add all of my fruit. Okay. Lift it up, put that back down. We're going to add the fruit and then rework it just to make sure. You don't want to overmix it now. You just want to make sure that all of the fruit is dispersed through the mix really nicely. While I dice my apple, I don't want my hot cross buns to be overly finessed. I want them to look a little bit rustic, like they've been made at home. Okay, back on it goes. Okay, so it's well incorporated. You see what I mean about it being a lot more moist. Don't worry about that. That's why we have to prove it again for another hour. And once it blooms again, that it needs that moisture to rise for the next hour. So we're going to just do the same thing again. Put that on nice and tight. It's greased. And put it back on the stovetop to proof for another hour, 1 hour. Okay, so another hour is gone. It's doubled in volume again. Okay, I'm going to take it to a floured bench. I'm just going to turn it out. Just quickly knock the air out once again. A little bit more flour. Then what I do, I just break it into two. It is quite wet, so don't be scared to add some more flour. Then almost like you're making a little mini bread roll. Okay, so I've rolled them into rough balls. Now we're just going to spray and coat the tray. Or if you can use parchment paper. Now parchment paper works best because as you take them out you can just throw it away. Then we're going to place them 3 in a row. We just flatten them a little. Okay, then for the last time, we're gonna wrap our plastic wrap. You don't need to put oil on the plastic this time. I very much doubt that they'll rise enough to reach the actual plastic. Then this is our last groove. Make sure it's tight. And 1 more hour. Okay, so that's another hour gone. And our buns have poofed up rather nicely. I love the fact that they're all uneven and, you know, it really gives that homemade feel. Now in my piping bag, I've got a mix of flour and water. I'm not going to show you how to do it. Just get a bowl, put some flour in and drop in a spoon of water at a time and mix it until it's smooth. And then we just go like this, make our cross marks. Now they're crossed. They're gonna go into the oven, preheated oven at 200 to 220 degrees. So 20 minutes in, I'm gonna take our hot cross buns out. There we go. And the final thing to do is take our golden syrup. I would prefer to use apricot jam and heat it up, but beggars can't be choosers at the moment. This is all we have. So give a nice glaze, cover everything. Alright, so there we go, lovely glaze on. That's it, done. I would leave them for about 15-20 minutes just to cool off. They're still cooking as we take them out of the oven, and I guarantee you in an hour they're all gone.